let's go ahead and do the meeting beginning ritual real quick, please. And as soon as I figure out where my meeting went. Qi, everybody stand up, please. Mian shang fu tang, face the shrine. Sir jia san zhu gong, yi zhui gong, zai zhui gong, san zhui gong. Xiang jia go hui jian chuan shi yi zhui gong. Kei ban, yi zhui gong. Qing zuo jia, please have a seat and be comfortable. Ed, the floor is yours. I'll mute my microphone.
I do not have a slide presentation today because it's been a busy week. My mom has moved out to California from Kentucky and has been having a variety of health problems. She's been in the hospital with pneumonia for the week, so I've been a little bit on the busy side trying to get everything knocked out with respect to health-related issues. So as you know, I usually write these messages of the week for our student body here at Ekata, and that's what I share with you guys. So if you don't mind, I will be reading it verbatim and make a couple of comments, and we'll just go from there. So one of Bruce Lee's chief influences, as I've mentioned before, philosophically, is Jiddu Krishnamurti. And he had a rather unique perspective in that he viewed the world as essentially a place without boundaries. And so I'm going to use him or one of his readings as a platform to move forward into this commentary. So it begins with a quote. Every day we see or read of appalling things happening in the world as the result of violence in man. You may say, I can't do anything about it, or how can I influence the world? I think you can tremendously influence the world if in yourself you are not violent, if you lead actually every day a peaceful life, a life which is not competitive, ambitious, envious, a life which does not create enmity. Small fires can become a blaze. We have reduced our world to its present state of chaos by our self-centered activity, our prejudices, our hatreds, our nationalism. And when we say we cannot do anything about it, we are accepting disorder in ourselves as inevitable. We have splintered the world into fragments, and if we ourselves are broken, fragmented, our relationship with the world will also be broken. But if, when we act totally, then our relationship with the world undergoes a tremendous revolution. How many times have we heard the apathetic anthem, I can't do anything about it? And how many times have we all complained of the unrelenting inequities of our world? Krishnamurti was an advocate of completely changing our approach to living. His analysis always begins with the observation of what is. How do these unappealing aspects of our collective experience occur? His answer, separation and fragmentation. When we consider ourselves separate from any part of our world, a person, animal, plant, country, and religion, the schism seems to automatically lead to separation and comparison. Once the comparison begins, everything is categorized in relative terms. We humans seem predisposed to rendering forth judgment at every turn. Oops, let's change that, shall we? In Krishnamurti's quote, he references living a life which is not competitive, ambitious, envious, a life which does not create enmity. Speaking from my own experience and my own American perspective, when do we not lead a life that is full of competition and ambition? When do we not lead a life where it's us versus them? I remember as a young person watching the news footage of Vietnam. I remember hearing about the Viet Cong and thinking of them as the evil enemy. And, of course, you can fill in the blank with any evil enemy that we have seen presented to us as time has passed. I hope this doesn't offend anyone, but I'm going to be very candid about the people in the area where I grew up. I grew up in Kentucky, which in that area is a very sort of southern approach to the world. And I remember sitting on a porch of a childhood friend's house. His father was sitting with us. And the father was a member of the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan. When we saw two men walking down the street who were probably in their early 20s, one guy put his arm around the other's shoulders in a gesture of friendship. And one guy happened to be Caucasian, and the other one happened to be African American. My friend's father said, "Boys, I want you to take a look at that. Don't never let me see you walk down the street with a damn nigger like that." In both instances, the observer, the first of which was me, and the second which was this man that was my friend's father, the observer viewed the observed as separate and inferior. Hurt and hatred characterized these observations. But who were these inferior people? They were simply people. They live, they have families, they want happiness. They may have different customs, beliefs, or physical characteristics, but they are we. What of competition and aggression? I drive a fast car. Personally, I feel it every time I line up at a stoplight with another fast car. And it doesn't even matter if it's a fast car. It could be a minivan, but if it challenges me, I want to compete. And then I want to obliterate the challenger. This is something that is deep in me. I feel it every time. I used to do it when I'd compete in Muay Thai. I used to fight in Muay Thai, full contact karate, and a bunch of other stuff. And I was in other sports like football and basketball. Everything that I would participate in, I had no interest whatsoever in friendly competition. I just wanted to obliterate the opponent. I mean, I wanted to destroy them. This mindset leads to more of the same on a higher level. This mindset leads to war, murder, and discord. So is it stimulating? You bet it is. It's stimulating in the same way that a drug is stimulating. Our adrenal glands are stimulated and we feel the rush, the dopamine. An aggressive mindset is like starting out on marijuana and then moving up to speed and then acid and then heroin. I know about that myself because I did all that stuff. Krishnamurti's solution is to lead each day a peaceful life. My experience has been that this is a very pleasant choice. When I live a peaceful life, I'm still not free of dualistic thinking, but I can observe the interplay of complementary opposites without engaging in hostile thoughts or actions. In turn, even my even-minded behavior influences everyone around me in a positive manner. These are the proverbial ripples in the pond moving outward. Think what would happen if everyone in the world followed this path. That's where Krishnamurti's sage advice comes into play. We can all do something. Sometimes it's a minute at a time, sometimes it's a decision at a time, but we can all make a choice which leads to peaceful living and unification rather than separation. I still have not given up my fast car. Tried it. Last one that I had was a Camry. I thought that would do something to kind of help me mellow out a little bit in that world, but apparently not. But what can I tell you? Progress, not perfection. I'm not a sage or a Buddha, but I'm working on it, day at a time. So you guys have a great week. I look forward to speaking with you again. And Bill, take it away.